What is up, everybody? Welcome back for another day of Momentum WOD training. My name is Brandon, and today I'm going to coach and guide you through this evolved system WOD, a functional twist on traditional strength training using a single kettlebell. Earlier this week, we performed a pull-style workout, and today, because of that, we'll be doing just the opposite, performing a push-style workout. You'll be performing 4 rounds of 4 sets in today's WOD. The exercises included will be as follows. We'll kick things off with an inverted goblet squat for 10 repetitions. Following that, we'll perform 5 repetitions of the thruster on each side, and follow that up with 5 repetitions of the front rack squat on each side. The last exercise in today's sequence will be 5 repetitions of the overhead press on each side. Grab a moderate weight kettlebell and get focused. We're kicking things off with 10 repetitions of the inverted goblet squat. Good luck today. For your next set, you'll be performing 5 repetitions of the thruster on each side. If you've performed a squat to press before, you're about 90% of the way there when it comes to a thruster. You're executing the same movements, except with the thruster, the power derived when rising from a squatting position is utilized to push the kettlebell overhead for the press. This is not a strength-based strict press, but a powerful, momentum-driven movement. Because the front rack squat is a unilateral movement, it is actually more functional than it would be if you're doing so with 2 arms, as with the goblet squat. Asymmetrical exercises will require active engagement on the side of the kettlebell and passive stabilization on the opposite side of the body to maintain balance, which in actuality makes this unilateral movement a 2-sided exercise. Let's grab your kettlebell, clean it to the front rack position, extend the opposite arm, engage the lat, and create tension and stability for each and every repetition of the overhead press. Make sure that your core is braced throughout the entire exercise. Alright everybody, good job so far. That's 1 round down and 3 more to go. In between each round of this workout, you'll be given a minute of rest. If you need water, now would be a good time to grab it, but don't kick your feet up afterwards. Make sure that you continue to stay active. Doing so will have implications for your performance for the remainder of this WOD. The inverted goblet squat is essentially the same exercise as the goblet squat, but inverting the kettlebell, putting it into a bottoms up position, changes the physics of using the implement. Doing so creates a weight that is significantly more unstable, and as a result, an exercise that requires more stabilization. Before ascending into the up portion of the squat with the thruster, pause momentarily in the bottom position. Control the position and then, without bouncing, power upwards and drive the kettlebell into the overhead position. Pause momentarily once more once the kettlebell is overhead, and then control the bell back to the front rack position by pulling downwards with your lats. Alright, this next set is going to be your last set of this sequence. You have 5 repetitions of the overhead press on each side. That's 2 rounds down and 2 more to go. You have officially crossed the halfway point of this workout. You only have 8 sets remaining, so let's stay focused and make sure that you make the most out of them. A component of the goblet squat that often goes unnoticed is the benefits that it provides to your feet and ankles, especially when performed barefoot. Much like any other part of the body, the feet are supported and stabilized by musculature that has structural and functional purposes. For sports such as jiu-jitsu, where shoes are not worn, strengthening and developing these muscles is of paramount importance. The thruster is an exercise of efficiency and power, much like when performing a sweep. The movement is all about the transfer of force and use of leverage to turn the potential energy from one part of the body into the kinetic energy of another. As you descend into the squat, you should be working at a depth that your body is allowing for. Ideally, your hips will be just below parallel and your spine will maintain neutrality throughout the movement. If you find that your tailbone begins to tuck the deeper you get into the position, it means that your lumbar spine is flexing, which will put you at risk for injury. Work within your physical capabilities and gradually progress the range of motion. That's 3 rounds down, which means you only have 1 more remaining. You are officially on the home stretch. Let's stay focused and make the most of the 4 sets that remain. The goblet squat will help to facilitate your jiu-jitsu performance through an increase in core stability, helping to facilitate more powerful sweeps and better control when in top positions. Increased posterior chain power, useful for explosive hip escapes, and greater muscular endurance for a stronger close guard or when implementing body triangles. The thruster reminds me of a quote I recently heard. It went like this: in jiu-jitsu, strength at the right time is a very powerful tool. When performing the thruster, there is a time to be controlled and a time to demonstrate your strength. Be controlled in your squat and strong in your press. You have officially made it to the last set of this workout. You're finishing this thing off with 5 repetitions of the overhead press on each side. Let's make every repetition count and make this last set your best set.